What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be breaking down a couple trades that we took on UCAD. Okay, so it's going to be a very simple video. I'm going to be breaking down these trades that we took on UCAD, try to explain it to you guys and see if you guys can get some knowledge from it, see if you guys can get some information from it and learn something from these trades. All right, so it's a pretty simple video. You guys can lay back, relax, and we're going to talk about these trades and do some charting and simple things like that to kind of help you guys a little bit, give you guys a perspective, my perspective on how I trade, and you guys can see exactly how I trade. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a person that I'm a visual learner. I'd say I'm a visual learner. I like to see people do things, and then that's how I learn, right? I don't learn by somebody telling me something. I want them to show me it. So I know there's a lot of people out there like me, so I know this is gonna help you guys out. So just stay on the lookout, relax, and let's talk about these charts. All right, so I'm already here on UCAD, and I'm gonna go ahead and just go to a random chart, try to find another pair, well, not another pair, but just another broker that we could just talk about this on. And I'll talk about UCAD just a little bit and why I'm looking at this area. So let's talk about the structure of UCAD. UCAD is a bullish market. You guys can see the market is going higher. Structure is bullish, and also order flow is bullish. I've broken down this so many times inside of the mentorship or inside of Discord. We talked about the order flow being bullish and why the order flow is bullish, right? Even if you have seen some of the market analysis that I've posted, some of them, sometimes for the market analysis, I'll, make it public for a little bit just to give some people an opportunity to see it, and then I'll make it private, right? Just to kind of give it, some of them I keep them public, but sometimes I'll make them public and then turn them private. So the people that get an opportunity to watch those market analysis, there's a lot of information within those, but those market analysis are usually exclusive for the Discord, right? So what we have explained in the Discord before, we know that order flow. So order flow is going from down here to up here, right? So if this high came down, we broke this low. So now order flow is bearish, right? Okay, go higher, we break this. We go lower, there we go. We break this low, so now we have bearish order flow. Okay, the market goes up, but we don't break anything. Okay, so that means we are still within this. Now we stayed inside of this whole range until we broke this high. Once we break this high, that means from this low to this high, order flow is back bullish. Okay, so now order flow is back bullish, which means order flow is lining up with the structure. Where is our origin? Origin is going to be sitting right here. You can see this huge accumulation right here. All right, so within this accumulation, all I did was find the manipulation of that. You can see we have another accumulation that happened right here, and this right here is my point of interest. I'm just going to keep it simple. This is my point of interest, which is my origin. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave it yellow, and then we're gonna draw our fibs, and we have reacted into the 50% of the point of interest, which is the origin of the order flow. What does that mean? That means if the market wants to go higher, we're gonna have to react from here. All right, that's all that means, and that gives me a lot of confluence to say, okay, I want to go on lower time frame to see if we are gonna maintain this area. So I'm looking for entries on lower time frame, right? We chart on higher time frame, we look for entries on lower time frame. So we know we're within the 50%. Right, 50% is this line right here. I'm going to go ahead and draw another line for you guys and make that my point of interest. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. All right, so boom. So that is our 50%. What did the market do within this 50%? Well, within this whole area, what do we see? Well, we want to see the market accumulate. We want to see actual buyers, because we want to validate that buyers still want to buy from here. Okay, so that's how we do our entries. Now we go on the 1 minute time frame and we start looking for entries. Okay, now we go on lower time frame. It doesn't have to specifically to the 1 minute time frame, but lower time frame, look for entries. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the 10 minute to kind of make this faster. Let's go down to the 5 minute, and we can talk about right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this replay mode. I'm gonna go right there because I want to talk about this and why. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this yellow zone. So here is the first trade that I took. I took a loss on this trade. Pretty clean accumulation. We have 1, 2, 3 drives. All right, we have our 3 drives. We have 3 successful drives. We broke this high, confirming a change of character, and we have an accumulation within the quote unquote 3rd drive, right? So unfortunately, I had an entry sitting right here. Had an entry sitting right here for like 6 pips. Market passed right through it, right? We had news this day. We had news on this Friday, and market went ahead and gave us one more drive. So what I want to ask myself here, and I know a lot of people get kind of confused by this, is when this happens, I don't just go away from the chart, because I know as long as we are within this area here, within that area, as long as we're still within that area, I'm looking for the market to give me opportunities for buyers. So I told myself, if we create one more drive, especially this happened during news. This was a news event on a Friday. I forgot exactly what the news event was, right? Especially this happened during news. I told myself, if we break this high, I'm still looking for buys, right? Because I don't risk that much on trades, right? I'm not risking a full 1% on trades, right? 0.5% is my standard, because risk management is very important. Since we're in on the lower time frames, we're taking so much entries, we want to be able to manage our risk, okay? We have to be able to manage our risk properly. We can't be risking 1%, 2% per trade. That's crazy, okay? So the market goes ahead and breaks that high. So what did I tell myself? I'm going to take an entry based off of this. All right, we're going to take an entry based off of this drive, which is our manipulation. So I will tell you, this actually made me more confident in taking a buy from here, because I know that we had a successful accumulation and there was a lot of liquidity underneath there. So there's a lot of potential buyers here, and us getting this one more drive here and raiding all this liquidity, that gave me more confidence in this buy. Unfortunately, we did not come into where I was looking for my entry, which was here, and the market continued higher, right? That was last week. So starting on the beginning of this week, let's see how I can break this down a little bit more. And I'm just gonna go and let the market play out, and we're gonna go and cover our next entry. All right, so here we are. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there because it's getting close to where I wanted to enter. So here we are, right? Here's my aspect and why I'm looking for a trade right here. So first of all, looking at the mindset of what's going on, the market has accumulated, which means we have potential buyers here. From our mentorship, we know after an accumulation, the market wants to reaccumulate. So I'm anticipating this whole thing to be a reaccumulation. Okay, that's all I'm anticipating. Now, what I really wanted to see, I really wanted us still to come down here and give me an entry, honestly. But I asked myself, if the market wants to reaccumulate here, I'm not going to be scared to take the entry. Okay, just going based off the market cycle, I know if we accumulate, we want to reaccumulate. I was hoping we came lower and mitigated this manipulation, but I told myself, if I potentially see that the market is reaccumulating, I'm going to take that as well. So what do I see? From those in the mentorship, we know, what do we want to see in a bullish market? We want to see Asian lows rated. So here's the lows of Asian, and we see that right here. The market made a move to the downside, enticing buyers. Well, not enticing buyers, I'm sorry, enticing sellers. We made a move to the downside underneath Asian lows, enticing the sellers, and we accumulated, all right? So, like I said before, talking about my market cycle, after an accumulation, since I wasn't able to enter in this accumulation right here, right? What do we look for? A reaccumulation. So that's what I'm looking for. Now, when I woke up, this is what I seen. This is what I seen, and that was it for me. Going on 1 minute time frame, let's go ahead and break this down. So we have this accumulation that happened down here. We weren't able to get into this trade, but just going based off the what the market is giving us, we know that this whole thing is turning out to be a reaccumulation. So I know at least the market is going to come and take out this high. So I want to try to get myself into a trade from here to at least take out this high, confirming a reaccumulation, right? Because we accumulated, and based off the price action, we accumulated right here again. That is telling me that the market's not going to come down here anytime soon. Okay, so I'm not going to keep waiting for it, and it's showing me this price action. So what am I going to do? I couldn't get into this entry, so I'm going to work myself in this entry right here. What do? The market gave us this fake distro, and after that, we can see another accumulation. So just reading the price action, what happens here, we raid these lows with this manipulation here, and the market continues higher and creates a new high, which means we break this high. Breaking this high gives me a change of character. slash BOS, lower time frame BOS, if you want to consider that BOS, whatever you guys call it, right? Breaking this high confirms that this here is a reaccumulation. Okay, this is a fractal reaccumulation. So basically we have two market cycles here. If you guys don't understand market cycle, I would really recommend that you, if you can, you try to join the mentorship and get the meaning of the market cycle. So here is the basis of why I take this trade, right? We have an accumulation, and I understand after accumulation, we want to reaccumulate, right? So this is the bigger market cycle, accumulation and a reaccumulation, right? Now, when I go on lower time frame, I'm seeing a fractal market cycle. We have another accumulation and a reaccumulation, right? So I know that on this lower time frame, on this fractal market cycle, we're going to at least target this high to complete the bigger market cycle. All right, so let's go ahead and go on lower time frame. And you guys can see this is where I had my entry placed off of. I had my entry placed off of this manipulation because this is also the last manipulation before we confirmed this schematic here, which is a reaccumulation, and it also took out liquidity underneath the lows, and we have a fractal accumulation here as well. Took my entry off to 50%, and we were targeting these highs right here, right? Simple trade. Actually, I think I was targeting more. I wanted a 1 to 10, right? I'm working on some challenges right now, so I'm trying to get in and get out and just trying to maximize the trades as much as possible. So I didn't really take partials on this since I wanted the full 1 to 10, since, like I said, I'm working on some challenges that I'm working to pass, almost done with them, working to pass these challenges right now. So I wanted a full 1 to 10. I wasn't planning on taking any partials. I wanted a full 1 to 10, okay? So this is what we ended up getting. The market came down, mitigate, and we go higher. Right, we go higher and we get the 1 to 10. So that's the first trade, right? Cool. Now, let's look at what happened the next day. So keep in mind we have this area here. Keep in mind we have this area right here. So let's look at what happens inside of here. If this is our mitigation, well, if this is our manipulation and the market comes down and we mitigate this area, and I know some people are thinking order block, right? This could be considered order block, manipulation, order block, whatever you want to call it, right? This right here is going to be our next place to mitigate, okay? If the market is going to continue this, I would expect us to come in here. So I marked out this area, and let's watch what happened the next day. Going on the 15-minute time frame, just showing you guys on 15-minute time frame, here's what everyone wants to see. Order block, you know, sponsor candle, whatever you guys want to call it, right? Here it is. Okay. So like I said, it's what we teach is more deeper than just a simple order block, right? You have to understand the market cycle. We have an accumulation, we have a reaccumulation that broke the high, and we also have this market cycle as well. So this makes this area much more stronger than just being an order block, right? An order block means nothing to us. We understand the market is way more than just an order block. We understand this area is way more than just an order block, okay? So let's go ahead and get this into this area, and let's see what happens within this area, because there was a second trade here as well. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let it play out. Now, here we go. All right, let's go to the 5-minute time frame and let's watch what happens inside of here. And it's to no surprise we have another accumulation. So this is a redistribution going inside our point of interest. So I want to see this high broken. For me to confirm that buyers are within, well, buyers are getting within this market, I want this high to be broken, right? This is going to be my change of character. Reason being is because this is my latest supply zone, right? This is my latest technical supply zone. Okay, so let's go on lower time frame. Let's see what's happening. What do we see here? We have an accumulation. We have 1, 2, 3 drives. So to confirm an accumulation, we have to break this high. So in order for me to take an entry just based off of this right here, once we break that high, I can take an entry. Now, unfortunately, I was not up for this and I did not take this entry, right? I woke up like I'd say 5 minutes after this entry happened. If I go ahead and mark out where's our manipulation, this is our last manipulation here. We break the high and the entry is going to come from right here. Entry is going to come off that 50%, and the new target, what's going to be my next target, is going to be this high right here. So that's going to be my next target just based off this trade. It's not the trade that I took, right? I did not take this trade, but it was a good trade that I did see. Market comes down. We mitigate that. So what am I expecting now? Since I missed this trade, I want us to break this high, right? Once we break this high, I'm able to take another trade. So let's go ahead and let that play itself out. We break that high. Now, guess where I take my next trade? So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. If this here is the manipulation and this manipulation got mitigated by this, all I have to do, I'm going to delete this, is draw my fibs out again, and this is going to be my next entry off the 50%. Why is that? Is because if the market goes beneath this low, this here has already been mitigated. So that means this is what needs to be mitigated, and if they want to go higher, they're not going to go beneath this low. If we go beneath this low, this whole thing is going to be invalidated, and my whole bias for my buys is going to be invalidated. So when I see people talk about your entries, your stop loss is so small, you're going to get stopped out a lot of the times, 20 pip stop loss is the way to go. No, right? These concepts are way more advanced than that, right? You have to understand how the market moves, all right? If this is going to be accumulation, if the market wants to go higher, if banks wants to continue this market higher, we cannot go below this low, all right? So what does that mean? Once we come and mitigate this drive, we come and mitigate this move right here, this manipulation, the orders has transferred to here, which means if they want to continue this market higher, they cannot go below this low since this is mitigated. So I am confident enough to set my stop loss beneath that low. Okay, and let's watch what happens. And this is during news event too. This happened during a news, and it's no surprise, right? What happens? The market comes lower during news. You're gonna see the spike down. There you go. Mitigates, and we go higher. Okay, and I want to show you guys one more entry that I did not get into, but there was another entry, and it's gonna be the same thing. Okay, so the market ends up going higher. There you go. That is the trade that I took. Now here's another trade that I seen later on that day. So going back to the same thing, let's play the mitigation, right? This manipulation was mitigated by this, okay? This was mitigated by this, okay? Is this mitigated? No, because we broke this high. After we made this low, we made this high. Nothing has came down to mitigate this yet. So what is our manipulation? This is our manipulation. I'm going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go here. We're going to draw our fibs. Entry is going to be at the 50%. Now this was a big stop loss, so this wasn't something that I'd get into. Or what you could have taken is you could have taken the 80%, right? This is an aggressive entry, but I'm going to go ahead and put it, and we're going to see what happens. So that could be a next trade that you could take, targeting the same thing, which is that new high. So let's go ahead and see what happens with the market. Oh, we actually missed. Wow. So we actually missed this 80% right here, which is unfortunate. But the 50% of this did get mitigated. Like I said, for me, that's just a bigger stop loss than usual. So that's not something I was really interested into. But that was another opportunity there. And we go higher after that. Okay, I'm just going to let it play out. And like I said, I was just looking for 1 to 10s because I'm working on challenges right now. So I want the full 1 to 10. All right, I'm just looking to pass these challenges as fast as possible. I'm not really looking to hold these. Right. If I hold my trades, when I hold my trades, I'm usually taking partials. So as the market is going higher, I'm taking partials, I'm taking partials. So the positions, they decrease and they're not making as much. So what I was doing right for the beginning of the week, I just wanted a full 1 to 10. So I was closing my trade at a 1 to 10. I wasn't taking no partials. I let the trade run to 1 to 10 and I got out. All right, you can see that happened right here, 1 to 10, and I got out, right? Because 1 to 10 is my minimum that I'm looking for. That's a successful trade for me. 1 to 10, and I'm done, all right? I don't need, 1 to 30, 1 to 40, 1 to 50. We do get those time to time, right? But that's not what I'm targeting every day. That's not realistic to target that every day. A 1 to 10 is more consistent than if you're looking for just a huge RR trade, right? And one more thing about that is, holding your trades, if I was holding my trades, then it would be a different story. But like I said, since I'm working on some accounts right now, I'm working on some challenges, I'm just looking to get in these entries, get in and get out. That's my whole thing going on right now. And let's go to, you know, current time. We can see where this market's at. It's way more than my 1 to 10, but I'm not emotionally attached to this trade. I don't really care how far it goes. I've already got my profit. I'm in and I'm out, so I don't really care. But this was good to show you guys. It's at a 1 to 22 right now, so you know it is what it is. If I was trying to swing this or hold this for a longer time frame, or if I traded this on another account that I wasn't working on my challenges, then I would have held this for longer. But that wasn't my intention. So that's the current trade. It's still running, right? Surprisingly, because I am expecting shorts on UCAD, but I'll talk to that with the mentorship, because I was looking for shorts back down. I was honestly trying to see if we could come back down, mitigate here again, give me another accumulation. I was just going to keep milking this for a 1 to 10. As it continues doing this, I was just going to keep milking it for a 1 to 10, honestly. But it seems like we just took off after that. So, you know, it is what it is. That is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys found some knowledge, found some information in this, and I hope it helped you guys a lot. All right, I'll be doing a lot more videos like this lately. I haven't been posting like that lately, and I haven't been reviewing this, so I'm going to get back into it. We're going to try to post at least once a week, right? That is my minimum, to post at least once a week. Try to do a video like this, a trade breakdown, or something that's going to help you guys, give you guys a visual on how I trade, and to just give you guys some more information. If you guys need more information on the mentorship in the Discord, and this honestly helps to see if this is going to be the strategy for you, right? Like I said, on my mentorship, we don't teach strategies, we teach concepts, okay? You could make this into so many different types of strategies. You didn't even have to trade this the way I trade it. If you understand this concept itself, you could have traded this many different ways using the same concepts, but your own strategy. That is what I teach in my mentorship. I try to teach you guys the concepts and understand why the market is doing what it's doing, and then after that, you make your own strategy that works for you. You don't have to trade the way I trade, okay? So that is something that I wanted to talk about. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.